Kento at Body-Mind.Coaching here, and today I want to share with you about the word no. So are you a person that has a difficult time saying no? Maybe you're a people pleaser, maybe you're a high achiever, and you say yes to things. Now that's not a bad thing, I want to make sure. And when we go off to a particular direction of too much yes, even though something in our insides says no, I want to talk about that. Because I want to talk about that from a place where we can talk about how the mind-body connects to each other, responds to pain. So have you ever said yes to something and your body or your insides are completely different? And this is not a coincidence. It's a communication. And learning how to listen to this helps us understand what our current boundaries are and how we can protect ourselves and also listen to our inner voice. Remember maybe you have kids, and I have 2 kids. Remember the terrible twos? When they start to say no to things, you're like, no, no, no. And this is where like your boundaries with the parent and the kid, you start to get tested. And that's a good sign. That's a good thing. But many of us who have grown up to be a people pleaser, maybe you grew up in a scary household or someone else, you had to listen to someone else all the time and you couldn't really say your opinions or no's. You had to be polite. It might be in a Japanese society where everything you can't really say no. And, be agreeable. That's okay. We need to survive. But our nervous system does not forget. Boundaries are not something we just say, but it is something we feel. I want to reference here this doctor named Dr. Gabor Mate. And I'll put his book cover here. And the book cover says, When the Body Says No. And it's a brilliant book. If you ever get a chance, I would look into it. If you are not a reader, look up Gabor Mate, and he is one of a very well-known speaker around this area. And one of the things I want to talk about is I have a lot of my clients say, Kento, I don't really know my no's. I don't know when I'm saying I can say no. And it's interesting because whenever I might be listening or talking to them, you can kind of tell they don't want to do this, but they can't say no. And that usually means we are giving our power into something external to us, I believe, and we're not able to listen to our own self. So when that's something happening, I kind of start to say, okay, let's start connecting to our body. What is our body saying? When is your body saying no? And for some people, it's when they're exhausted. It's when they're mentally drained with a person, when they start to feel tension in the jaw. Like I would start feeling incredible tension in my upper to mid back. I believe this is something that happens to a lot of us. So when you start listening to your body, the body is communicating to us that we may not be liking what's happening here. It's about relearning what your body is saying and understanding your boundaries again. Because once you are there, then we can go from expanding and constricting as you go, and you can expand on it as you go. So it allows your energy to expand. And I'm going to finish off with Dr. Gabor Mate's, I don't know if it's a famous quote, but what he often says as kids, and we still do, a lot of times we do that as an adult, is we will choose attachment, the attachment of the relationship, because we need to survive over our own authenticity. So in order to survive, because survival is the most important thing. But when we start to want to live as an adult, we want to start not abandoning ourselves anymore. And I want to give you this quick chart right here. So it's important to not, if you can, to start listening to what your body is saying. Maybe you have headaches, maybe you have GI issues, maybe you have tension in the back. These are boundary alarms in the body and not malfunctions. All right, so thanks for coming. Thank you for watching this video. If this is something was interesting to you, I host a masterclass every month. And I'm going to put the link, the most recent one that's going to be happening, in the description below. If you do miss it, come to my Instagram, Kento.BodyMind.Coaching, and just DM me Masterclass, and I'm going to put you in on the wait list on the next one. The Masterclass talks about some pain myths, getting into the body-mind, how and why that's important, and giving us back our voice and empowerment again, and not get so stuck on, at least in our medical society, the structure. You have a herniated disc, you got to do this. You have a meniscus tear, you got to do this. You're misaligned, you got to get chiropractic care all the time. This is not to talk ill of different professions, but I think the message that comes with it, I think we want to come back and look at it a bit more honestly for us. So if you are interested, look into the link below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Yusha! Nice.